So what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Universe Classics 2.0 Ultra Class Onslaught. And Ultra Class, this is a class that hasn't existed since these guys. There's this in Power Glide. And I do own one of the Power Glides. I own the white and red version of Power Glide. As far as this Onslaught goes, he is a bit incomplete. I don't know where all of his parts have gone. To note, on the inside of the leg, one leg has this bit, the other leg doesn't. You're already probably noticing it up here with the turret bit. He does not have one barrel. And also on the back, a lot more minor. There's supposed to be a little orange light there, and that is gone. So that is the three parts he is missing. Other than that, though, he is pretty well completed. And none of those parts really affect the figure a ton, except maybe the barrel. The other two are just kind of things that are there for transformation stuff, and the orange light thing was just kind of the thing that was there for aesthetic, so who cares. As far as this guy goes, though, he does look great. I love this design. I love the giant shoulders with the spikes. It's great. He also has this awesome riot shield looking gun. Or not gun. Shield. It's literally just a riot shield. He does have a gun, though, which isn't a severed accessory like the shield. If you press this black button on his arm, boom, gun. So yeah, he can indeed do that. And if you don't like the shield, you can remove it from the arm. There's a peg that flips up. Mine does not like to stay up unless the shield is on it. And you can take said riot shield, flip that up, and then it just goes onto the back. When it wants to. There we go. And there's the shield. It's just on his back now. Now, that's not the only thing this guy does, though. It's lights and sounds. And the button is on the turret. It is a red one. Right there. See the turret lights up. The eyes light up. And this bit does go on top of the turret. If you press this gray bit here, that's the button. And if you don't like it, you can open it and press the button that way. So pretty decent with that one. As far as paint and stuff goes, not a ton of paint on him, I guess. There's a bit of this greenish gold around on him, but on the feet, which you can't really see, they're off frame a bit. He's a big fella, to say the least. This is a deluxe class next to him. He is about leader. So that is what he is pretty much, is a leader class toy. And the one big Decepticon logo is a nice silver. Bit of red here and there, not a ton. I mean, it does look just really good in robot mode. Before we get into the articulation, there's his head sculpt, which, like I mentioned, lights up. So he looks pretty nice, all things considered. Pretty cool all around. So let's look at that articulation. He has a swivel in the head, despite having wires in there, which is a bit scary. Forward and back at the arm, on a ratchet, really noisy ratchet. Outward, he has a bicep curl, but you can rotate his hand. So if you did want an elbow joint, it does look a little ugly because there's a giant gap. But if you want a proper elbow joint, it is available. Though he doesn't really need a proper elbow joint, as his weapon is built into his right arm. No waist swivel due to the battery storage options. The button there. Forward and back is a bit restricted by this butt flap here. Not much to do about it. Outward, swivel, knee. And that is all for Onslaught's articulation. So he's decent enough in the articulation department. Did I mention the rotation at the hand? I don't know if I did. And I mean, he's just fine enough, you know? Let's get into the transformations. That are Transform Onslaught. It's actually pretty easy, all things considered. So come to the hands first and flip them in. And flip them in, it does flip out. Fills in pretty nicely with these little, like, faux door looking things. So that's cool. Then pull the arms up like that. Most of the transformation is done by the legs, but we'll do the top first. grip up on the chest like that, and then flip that bit up. A bit tall so you can really see it. And I'm going to take these bits here, and they're going to close in around. And then on the front, there is these little headlight sections, which did not want to come up. There we go. And then flip the hatch down. Ooh, that bit was loose. I didn't realize that. There we go. On there now. So now to deal with the legs. The legs are pretty simple. Now you're going to have to open up this door here, and that will allow you to get at that leg there. And come to the feet and just kind of fold the front out like that. And this door doesn't do anything else except be an aesthetic piece. So that's kind of why I said it's not necessary, and it really isn't necessary. So there's that button I mentioned. And then you can take the fist and flip it in. Sorry, it's a bit off screen. Anyway, you can make sure everything is lined up. And then you're going to flip open these, and then flip out the wheel, flip out the toe, flip that into place. There's that whole bit. And then come to the knee, fold it forward like so, and that will become an entire side portion of the alternate mode. And then for the back, take this butt flap section, fold it down, make sure it slots into place like so. In like that, and there is Onslaught's alt mode, which is this awesome APC, and it looks great. I don't know why this red is. I don't know if that's just paint or something else entirely. No clue. But man, does this look good. It looked better with the two guns, but that's fine enough that he doesn't have it. It looks great in this mode. It really does. He also has the minesweepers up at the front here, which you can fold down. I mean, as far as it goes, it's just a big, chunky alt mode. And he still has the turret. And if you press up around here, it can do the other noise. Rotating around, there's lots of translucent bits around them, and these are just like glued on, which is nice, which is just really good. As far as the wheels go, no paint. Slightly saddening. This guy's kind of, he is a bit compacted. He does definitely compact down, but it doesn't feel like he's smaller. Like, he still feels like he's a large individual because of, like, just the amount of beef that this thing has. It's not, like, long. It's slightly short, but it goes outward. That's what she said. But as far as it goes, it says Monzo 12782. No clue what that means. SWAT again, SWAT on the shield. That gold blaster, the goldish green is still going around on him. Looking pretty solid in the areas that it does show up. Painted those. There's a little bit of silver on the top there. He just looks great in this alt form. It's just a nice alt form. The turret cannot rotate 360. It can only rotate to the sides like that. That is all. There is this hatch here, which isn't anything except for his head to come out of in the transformation. That's all it is. I mean, that's technically where the doors would be, but they don't lead anywhere. I mean, that's kind of just it, isn't it? So yeah, let's just get to my thoughts on the figure. For my thoughts on Onslaught, this figure is amazing. He is genuinely an amazing figure. And he's just a weird one I feel like everyone kind of forgot about. I mean, as far as he goes, he's just awesome. And if you've ever seen him, I would recommend him wholeheartedly. I don't know if the noises will be working like mine does. I'm actually surprised the noises work on this one. Because they weren't working until I picked him up out of the box he was in, and I was like, huh. I pressed the button a few times, and then suddenly he started making noises. So I was like, oh, I guess he does work after all. So that's kind of cool, I guess. I mean, as far as it goes, though, if you ever found this guy, you would be pleasantly surprised with him. He's really good. And he's not going to be missing a ton of things. The most he'll be missing probably is the little minesweepers, maybe the barrels or the guns like mine is. I don't know where the other one is. I found that one in a random bin. I was like, oh. I didn't even realize what it was at first. I was like, huh, maybe that's onslaught. I checked, and sure enough, it was. I don't know why his head got rotated, but it did. I mean, you know, he's just really good, and I would recommend him wholeheartedly. So, this is, I didn't even do my rating on him, did I? I was going to do the sign out. I'm going to give him a 4.5 out of 5. That's what I'm giving him. He doesn't have a waist swivel. And that's, I mean, that's nothing. Obviously, he can't really do it, but he also has the weird arms. There's not much I can say is wrong with him, really. I just don't want to give him a 5 if you want the truth. So this has been Eilt Elite signing out.